Located about an hour by train from downtown Paris, Versailles makes a perfect day trip and escape from the big city for the day. And no trip to Versailles would be complete without visiting the palace itself. We visited the palace last October, during what would generally be considered to be shoulder season, and there were a few things that really stuck out to us. If you're arriving via public transit, you'll have to essentially walk through the center of town for a good 15 to 20 minutes before King Louis XIV himself welcomes you to his amazing palace. The first thing you'll notice, and probably expect if you've done any research, is that the palace itself is huge, with large, dramatically decorated rooms. Connecting the rooms is the grand Hall of Mirrors with its intricately painted ceilings and impressive chandeliers. In fact, there are so many amazing rooms here, including the stunning Royal Chapel, you'll just keep walking and seeing more and more of them. You almost become numb to it at some point. But don't get me wrong, the palace itself is an amazing sight, and it's easy to see just why it's so popular. But that brings us to our second point. This place is extremely crowded, even in the so-called shoulder season. Be prepared to navigate the crowds in every room, and if you stop to take a photo or a video, having people run into you left and right as they make their way through the room. It's complete chaos with little to no breathing room. But when it comes to beautiful ornate rooms from the medieval era, it doesn't really get much better than this. And if you're planning to walk the grounds, you're going to need even more stamina, because while the palace itself is huge, it doesn't hold a candle to the rest of the estate. You can see here from the top of this hill how spread out the land is, and if you make your way from the top all the way down to the pond area at the bottom, you will walk more than you may have ever done or wanted to do in your life. So please bring a good pair of walking shoes because you will most certainly need them. Your reward for braving the descent down from the palace will be a number of interesting sights, such as this mini water show here. And this area with a series of cascading waterfalls and music playing in the background. And if you make your way to the bottom, there are a few restaurants that you can go to catch your breath for a few minutes. These places weren't necessarily anything too special from a food perspective, but at that point we were honestly just looking more for a place to sit down for a bit. And if you somehow still have any stamina left after this experience, you can make your way over to Marie Antoinette's house and tour that property as well. The house itself is comparatively small and didn't take us too long to tour. The retreat area, called the Queen's Hamlet, looks like something out of a fairy tale and is not to be missed if you have the time. It includes the Queen's house, a dairy, a mill, a lighthouse tower, and individual cottages. And for those looking for a more calm and less crowded experience than the palace in Versailles, don't sleep on the Loire Valley castles or Fontainebleau, which are lesser known than Versailles, but can be equally impressive in many ways. There are numerous tours leaving from Paris that also include these castles. That about does it for this video. Please like, subscribe, and if you have any questions on our experience here, please let us know in the comments section. Thanks for watching.